Wayang.
45 kilometers per hour.
Oh.
Melvin here again, and today just got back from the KLIA ride, and I am super tired. I think one of the things before I talk about the bike, with all honesty, I realized one thing, you know, if I don't cycle during the weekday, weekend ride sure suffer one. And some more for the past 2 weeks, because I don't have an indoor trainer bike, because this bike doesn't fit on my indoor trainer. The problem was 2 weeks of no indoor trainer. Really, I was super bummed today, cramped twice. Anyway, let's talk about the bike, okay? Let's not steal the thunder, because this bike is just crazy good. Okay, this is my point of view about this Wilier Filante, okay? So it comes equipped with the 12-speed Dura-Ace Di2, okay? And it comes with the Pro Wide Evo handlebar. But the Pro Wide Evo handlebar doesn't come by default. It actually normally comes with the Filante one-piece handlebar, which I was told that the one-piece handlebar from Filante is from Wilier, sorry, is definitely more compliant. This Dura-Ace Pro Wide Evo handlebar is way too stiff for me. It's good for sprinters or racing, but I'm not a racer, right? I want to have a bike that sustains a decent speed on flats and in peloton, and I also want a bike that climbs well, because when you have a bike that climbs well, it definitely helps a lot so that your friends on the other side don't wait for you lah. And I can tell you, this is the most fun bike I ever had tried. Okay, sadly I don't own it, and it's horrible because after riding it for 2 weeks, oh my dear Lord, I want it. It is so light. This frame alone is 800 over gram only, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna weigh the bike and see what's the weight like for this beauty. Okay, so let's see the weight. Scales at 0. Carry the bike. Ooh. You see? 7.65 kilo with pedal. So honestly speaking, at 7.65 kg, this bike, if you ask me personally, if you ask me, right now it's equipped with this Pro Wide Evo handlebar. If you change it to Filante, it will be lighter. Probably save about like 20-50 gram, I guess. Let me check it out. But if I change this tire setup, is using a Schwalbe 1 tire, which is heavier than the Schwalbe Pro 1 by at least 100 over 50 gram easily, right? So I can, let's say 150 gram. If I change this to a Schwalbe Pro 1, I'll save 150 gram. If I change this to my Zentis wheel, which is 1.4 kg, Shimano Dura-Ace C60 wheel set is 1.6 kg. So I could easily save another 200 grams if I change it to the Zentis wheel set. So I could have saved about 350. So plus the handlebar, if I change maybe another 400 gram, I could have saved at least 400 gram. And if I change it to a lighter pedal, this is Ultegra pedal, you know. So if I change it to Ultegra pedal to a lighter pedal like a Look or whatever, or even the Shimano Dura-Ace, right? So I could easily save maybe 450 gram. So this being a 7.65 kg bike, I can easily hit it to about 7.2 lah. 7.2 kg, again 7.2 kg, all out aero bike. It's very impressive, very, very impressive. And of course, if you really, really want to drop it to 6 kg, it's possible. I mean, sub 7 kg is possible. There are still things you can change. But honestly speaking, if I change it to even tubeless, tube tire, right, I can drop it another 100 gram, because tubeless tires are heavier, especially with the sealant. And I put a lot of sealant because I scared puncture. Yep, very light bike. It's a very light bike for all-out aero bike. Making this bike a 7.2 kg bike with this. That is the magic. This, okay? This is a disc brake bike at 7.2 kg, and it's a pure aero bike. It is amazing. It is amazing, and I probably can shave some more weight from potentially from the boulder cage as well. So there are a bit of places here and there that I can shave off. And if I probably put in a time pedal, can you imagine? A time pedal, I can probably shave off another 20 gram, 30 gram. And all out aero bike. So let's talk about the ride quality, which I've tested this bike for 2 weeks. And based on my take on this bike, the ride quality is just so wonderful in a good way. But the problem is, because I don't have a power meter on this, I really did not pace my ride, you know. This bike makes you want to search and just keep on going and going and going. So what I did was, I just, throughout the ride in KLA, I just kept on surging, like, for the first 50 km, I just follow Lionel and all of them, and going at about 40 km per hour, 45 km per hour, you know, overtake people, this and that, that and this. And unfortunately, because of the surge and the fun that I had with this bike, and my lack of training, I totally bonked the last 30 km, crammed both legs. Anyway, going back to this bike. So, I'm not going to go too technical about this bike because there are so many reviews done outside, but I think I'm going to give you my point of view in terms of a very normal rider, okay? When you go to all those other YouTubers from other countries or whatever, right? All their FTP are like easily 300 above, right? My FTP only 247 and I'm a 90 kg, and all the other YouTubers around the world are so fit. I am both 90 kg, so I'm not your normal YouTuber. So talking about this bike, on a very normal point of view, as a cyclist that is an amateur hobbyist, I would say that this bike has a lot of advantage for you if you're using it. And the feel that I have with this bike is this. Number one, it is, I would call this another piao piao bike because it actually does accelerate very well. It is very stiff. Especially with this Dura-Ace C60, because this Dura-Ace C60 wheel is their sprinter wheel, you know. For climbing, this is so difficult, but when you have the energy to push this wheel, it just surges really fast. And built with the frame, this frame is so stiff. So when I try to pump in and really pump in the pedal, I don't know how many watts because there's no power meter here, but I can really feel that it just pushes, it just surge and surge and surge. This bike, if you want to sprint, I can tell you what you'll expect when you buy this bike and you actually use it is, whenever you outsaddle, or whenever you try to sprint, or whenever you try to climb a difficult climb, right, I can tell you that you can really feel that the bike is actually moving every pedal stroke. That's number one. Number two, normally bike that sprints well, and normally bike that has a very lively feeling, which this bike has a very lively feeling, normally it's very hard to sustain high speed because those bike only comes from sprinter bike, or those bike normally comes from climbing bike. But this is an all-out aero bike that is built for climb and that is built for aerodynamic. And I can tell you, Wilier really did an amazing job on this bike. I cannot explain. Okay, I've tested a few bikes in my life. I think all in all, I've tested maybe about, I've owned 3 bikes in my life. 4 bikes. I've owned 4 bikes in my life, and I've tested 3 other bikes in my life, 4 other bikes in my life. Okay, from stock, from track, from Wilier, what else have I tried? From Cipollini and stuff. But I can tell you that this is the first time that when I use a all-out aero bike, it feels like a climbing bike. It feels like a real fly. Why am I so attracted to fly? It feels like a really all-rounder bike. Honestly speaking, it's an all-rounder bike. So I actually told Lerun Malaysia this. If I am going to own only one bike and I can only afford one bike, this will be it. This is the ultimate one bike do it all wonder. It's just ridiculous. You have to try it. I don't know how to explain to you, but this bike really sprints well. And when I was going on flat roads, even though I'm very tired, I can still sustain about 32, 35 km per hour quite comfortably with this setup. But what amazes me is when I follow the peloton at about 40, 45 km per hour, it's very doable with this bike. And if I cannot drop and I'm on solo and I try to sprint, right, I can feel that this bike really cuts the air very well. And today in KLIA, it's super windy, right? Super windy. And I can tell you that I really felt that when the wind, no matter, because the road are always winding one, right? But wind comes in one direction most of the time. So when I wind here or wind there, I feel that when the wind angle hits at a different yaw, I feel that the bike still manages to sustain a speed based on my leg feel. I don't have power meter unfortunately, but I feel that my leg feels that at all aerodynamic, at all wind angle, it feels still okay, you know, still okay, you know. Like normally when you have wind resistance, you feel that, oh, this is really, I need an effort. But on this bike, I can feel that it still cuts the wind pretty well. But again, there is still wind resistance from your body. But on this bike, I feel that whenever I turn to a certain road angle, where the wind direction changes a bit, I feel that my effort is still the same. I don't feel like, oh, at this angle is harder, or at this angle is harder, which is real magic on this bike. It's so weird. This is mainly because of the frame, how Wilier actually did the frame. What they did is they actually curved this frame a bit more. And what Wilier in the website, they mentioned that this allows wind aerodynamic, when they test in wind tunnel, the efficiency of the aerodynamic is actually plus minus 20 degrees yaw angle, meaning at this angle the wind come here or the wind come here at a different angle, the bike is built for it. So I think it's revolutionary. And of course, they managed to do this by cutting off some of the carbon that's required. So if you look at all out, if you look at, let me turn here. If you look at all out, aero bikes are normally, right, you will see that, oh sorry for why, you see that some of the, here is very thick, right? It's like at least this thick. So they cut this off here, and they reduce maybe about 30% of the normal aero bike cutting. So this creates a D shape, which is supposed to be very aerodynamically efficient. And here also, see, this is where you notice that they actually made the frame a bit more rounded, as most aero frames are a bit more squarish and sharp and big, but they made it rounded here to allow better aerodynamic flow at all angles. Everything, they managed to make the frame in a way that it is still so super aerodynamic, and when they cut off some of the materials, they make it improve in certain yaw angles, and best of all, reduce the weight. This bike is only about below 900 grams, 870 grams. And for all-out aero bike, 870 grams is impressive, because most of the all-out aero bikes, their frame alone are normally about 950 grams to 1 kg for all-out aero bikes. So you can see those thick body, chunky carbon materials, those are heavy bikes. And even this fork is also lightweight, because look at it, it's thinner than most aero. Let me come back here, I'm very tired today. So let me talk about now the Dura-Ace 12-speed is years ahead of competition. Seriously, you know my current bike that I have, I'm not going to say the brand, but you know what I'm using right now. So I'm actually comparing with what I have to what I'm testing right now. Dura-Ace 12-speed is amazing. The brakes is amazing. The ergonomic of the handlebar is amazing. The shifting of this is so fast compared to my current group set that I'm using. I don't know. I just feel that this group set is really years ahead of competition. And of course the design is nice lah. You know, glossy black and all, really makes everything look stealthier. And one thing, again, I'm not going too technical, as most of you and I, we are really laymen and we are just cycling to enjoy it. But I can tell you one thing, that this group set alone is about 100 over gram lighter than what I'm currently using now, which is the competition. I won't tell you the brand, you know what if you look at my Instagram, you know my previous bike or my stock FRs, what group set is using. But this is 100 gram much lighter than that one, based on what I see online, which is a big help, honestly speaking. And what amazes me is how Shimano does it well, where if you have this 12-speed cassette, you can use back your old 11-speed hub. Meaning if your old wheels hub is actually built for 11-speed, you can just put on a 12-speed cassette from Shimano straight in. Don't need to do any modification, which is very backward compatible. And also, if you are currently using a SRAM cassette, this chain and this setup you can use on a SRAM cassette. The only difference is you will not have the benefit of a hyperglide, where you can shift faster or you can shift under heavy load. So best is to just use all pure Shimano. But again, Shimano really put on a lot of thought into this. I find the handlebar ergonomic very good, where it's actually easier for you to have more space to put your finger here. Having more space and allowing you to press without the lever pressing into your finger. This is pure genius, way. Shimano really thought through. It's just very comfortable. For Asian hand especially, I find reaching to the brakes and pressing the buttons is very easy for me to reach, because I got short stubby fingers. Oh, before I continue, bear in mind this. When Lerun Malaysia loaned me this bike, I told them that I will give a very honest review. Okay, I'm gonna give no filter. I will say what I like and what I don't like about this bike. Okay, and I'm gonna say one thing. Wilier Filante, I love this bike. No cons for me on this bike because it's a one bike that does it all. It's a real big benefit. The only thing I don't like about Wilier Filante is the handlebar that Wilier Filante has. Their one-piece handlebar. They only come with either it's 88 mm stem length and a 40 cm width handlebar, or 101 stem length with a 42. And from that onwards, anything that's 101 mm stem length, all the handlebars are 42 all the way to 43. And for me I always prefer a 40 mm stem length because I feel that based on my body and how I ride, I feel that a 40 mm not only is more, it helps on aerodynamic, but I feel that I have a better support on my shoulders and my hands so that I don't feel so tired on my shoulder. You need to make sure that your handlebar fits your shoulder, which is the bone here to bone here. It's either same, a bit narrow still okay, but same is the best. I feel that 40 cm handlebar works for me, but Filante doesn't have it. I mean, Wilier doesn't have it, which is a big bummer. But unless I get a size bigger and I use the 88 stem lah, so I'm still thinking about it. I don't know how I'm going to do it, or I have to adapt to the 42. I have no idea, or I can just change to a third-party handlebar. I don't know. Let me think about it. But else than that, the frame itself is a thing of beauty. Okay, Shimano Dura-Ace. What I like and I don't like about it, I have nothing that I don't like about Shimano Dura-Ace. I love it because the 12-speed is, like I said, years ahead of all competition. Now I'll talk about the Pro White Evo handlebar. Absolutely do not like it. Okay, the pros of it is very stiff and very aerodynamic, and when I hold it like that, it's very comfortable. But the only thing about this Pro White Evo handlebar, it is a sprinter's bar. It is meant for racing. If you are a UCI racer or you are into racing, right, this is the handlebar for you because it's really stiff. I feel that when I out of saddle, when I pump in, it doesn't flex at all. You know, this thing is like a solid brick. You know, it's so solid. The only thing is, I think it's a bit too solid for me. So Malaysian road aren't the best, and all the vibration I can feel on this handlebar, it really hurts. Else than that, it's a good handlebar for a specific usage for racing, but for most casual riders, I think we should just use back maybe their Filante one-piece handlebar lah. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about this wheel set. I love this wheel set. Right now, this is my favorite 60 mm wheel set, mainly because it's stiff. Apparently, it's like 20% stiffer than their current 50 mm Dura-Ace C60. But this wheel set is so stiff, eh? When you accelerate, when you pump in the power, it just sprints. And again, this wheel set was built for sprinters, but I don't have the leg of a sprinter. So the benefit of this is when your leg is fresh and you have the power, you will benefit a lot from this wheel set. But if you're tired and you're bong, climbing is a nightmare on this wheel set. Again, this wheel set has a very specific function for a specific rider. So maybe not for me, I'm too weak. Maybe the C50 will be better, which I heard is about 1.5 kg or 1.5 below kg. This wheel set is 1.6 kg, so I felt that it was such an effort to climb anything, especially when I'm bong or tired. You look at my video last week in Genting Sampah, oh, I suffer climbing. And today when I climb in Salak Tinggi there, after that, the De Palma climb, I was done. I wanted to surrender already. But this wheel set is good for specific usage. Else than that, I'm using back the Shimano Pro Stealth saddle, which is the new design one, a bit more sharp, I don't know. But it's okay, it fits me. Shimano Pro Stealth saddle so far works for me. Wilier Filante is an amazing bike. I am deeply poisoned. Unfortunately, I can only afford one super bike. And right now I own Airfast, the stock Airfast Generation 3. So I'm really thinking, can I actually afford this, which I don't think I can. And actually I clarified with my wife. My wife said, no, I'm not allowed to have a second bike. She said that I got her wrong, which is fair anyways. It's still a lot of money, but I still need two bikes, one for indoor trainer. I think that's about it. So that's my review for Wilier. I'll rate it again, maybe 9 9 to 9.5. It's a very hard comparison. Do not ask me, is this better or other brands are better, because it's a very different bike. All bikes are good, all bikes are great. You only have bad cyclists or bad riders, right? The harder you train, the better you are, regardless of what bike you use. And my take is this: if you are considering to buy a Wilier Filante, get it. You won't regret it. Because if you really think about it, for the value of 40,999, you get a Wilier Filante with a Dura-Ace 12-speed. If I would think about the other brands from the other big players, right? Most of their bikes, which you are talking, that comes with a SRAM Red AXS 12-speed or a Dura-Ace 12-speed or Campagnolo 12-speed, right? Most of their bikes are costing close to about 50K above, to maybe even 60K, right? This is only 40,999. It's such a deal. And if you check out the red color one and the gray color one, oh my goodness, I love the color so much. The color schemes for Filante, for Wilier, sorry, it's just amazing. They really do such beautiful bikes. So get it, because it is a steal for that price. And if you ask me personally, this bike, once you buy it, is that one bike that you need, and the one bike that's all you need is a deal grabber. Oh, sorry, one more thing on the C60, the Dura-Ace C60 is the hub. I don't know what they did with this hub. Shimano managed to fit elves inside this hub, because this hub is so smooth. Every time I pedal with this hub, I feel like as if the hub is pushing me forward. The hub is effortless. This is one of the best. I'm a big fanboy of DT Swiss Hub 240, but I've tested cult bearings from Campagnolo. I've tested Campagnolo hubs. I tested DT Swiss hubs. I've tested ceramic speed bearings hubs like from the Zentis. But right now, this Shimano Dura-Ace hub is the best I've used so far. It's ridiculous. And I like the sound. It's literally nothing. I love quiet hubs. Mic is here. Let's see the free hub sound test. I just love this hub, it's so quiet. Something about me and quiet, smooth hubs. I'm a sucker for it. So that's it, you guys. That's my review for the Wilier Filante. Comes with the 12-speed Dura-Ace. I know that they are selling right now at 40,999, coming with Dura-Ace 12-speed. It's an amazing bike. So that's all, you guys. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you real soon. And again, thank you to Lerun Malaysia for loaning me this bike, because you know that I don't have a bike to use for the next 2 to 3 weeks. You guys saved my cycling life. If not, I really have no bike to use. Super sad, super sad. So that's all, you guys. Take care, God bless, and see you real soon, you guys. And be awesome always.